John, the knee-jerk question is, do you have a problem handing Jacob the ball next week in a regional, and because he's been struggling for quite a while now?
Yeah, I don't think we have a problem giving him the baseball. A lot of it's going to depend on, how the preparation, how the week goes. Obviously, I put a lot of stock in Butch Thompson and what his feelings are during the course of the work week. So, Jacob is he's so close to being an outstanding pitcher for us. He's just had a couple of early innings that have bogged him down a little bit. So if he can get beyond that, I feel like he can be very, very effective.
Keep front row on the left.
Same question I was asking the players. Just how do you feel going into the NCAA tournament?
Well, again, you got to look big picture. Today was, we got beat by much, so you don't feel good about that. But you got to look at big picture. You got to look at double elimination tournament. If we had the chance to play tomorrow, I would feel great about how these guys would come out. I'm not saying that the format for this tournament is not good because it's perfect. I mean, it's the only way you can do it. Trust me when I tell you, last year we played six games in 6 days, and all in the middle. I mean, that's the only way this tournament works, is for it to be single elimination starting on Saturday. But if we had a chance to come out tomorrow, I feel like, I have a lot of confidence in these guys, and I feel like we come out and play well. And that's obviously what the NCAA tournament is. So I have a lot of confidence in these guys. Would we love to play at home, host a regional next weekend? Absolutely. That's out of our hands. But I do feel good about our resume.
Second row on the left.
Probably a lot of reasons, but what do you think was kind of the leading reason that what went wrong in that second inning?
Yeah, it's the walk, the HPP, and the error. I think we were in the strike zone, we were attacking the zone, and then Jacob was not. He stopped attacking the zone, right after that error happened. And, I mean, that play is not an easy play for Adam, but he didn't get it in and out of the glove. And you got to go right back to doing what you did in the first inning, just attacking strike zone and making Vanderbilt footballs play. If you let Vanderbilt have advantage downs, you throw them 4 or 5, 6 pitches in every AB, they're really going to hurt you. They're a very good offensive club. And by the way, I just want to tell you, all these old rules of, when you're down by a bunch and the other team is supposed to stop stealing, that's a bunch of nonsense. Vanderbilt does it the right way. It's the way I believe we do it. There is no huge lead. This is college baseball. You score as many runs as you possibly can. And I have so much respect for Tim Corbin. And I think when you run against somebody and you're up 8, you're just helping to show that team what their deficiencies are. And that's the way the game needs to be played. They play it the right way. So that's just kind of a side note. That's something I believe in, and that's something Tim Corbin believes in. So we, they showed us some things we need to improve on for sure, especially in controlling the running game.
Left side front row.
I guess you guys probably could have just rolled over after that 7-run inning, but they seem to kind of make it a ball game there in the middle inning. Just talk about that.
Yeah, our kids aren't going to roll over. There's just too much mental toughness there. They come, just too good of families they come from. They're not going to roll over. They're going to keep competing. What games like that do, sometimes they create opportunity. A la Evan Mitchell in the ball game created opportunity for him. Created, opportunity for Kyle Hahn. Kyle Hahn needed those at-bats, and he had 2 great at-bats. Those are some of the positives that result from a game like this. It unlocks the door for certain guys. So I don't think our kids view this as a negative. I think there's some positive things that came out of it. And this happens to everybody eventually. It has not happened to us that much this year, but it seems to be against Vanderbilt, though, for whatever reason. They just didn't have our number. But they got a lot of people's number this year.
Kind of stole my question, John, but by my count, the only guy you didn't throw was CT, and he was hurt. So
Yeah.
You've got to look at everybody on the mound, and Darryl has good memory. Something good happened to him.
Yeah, Darryl
Evan
has
has good
moments.
something happen to him. It seems like a lot of guys have good memories coming out of this
Yeah,
tournament.
absolutely. You talk about teaching the game, those moments. Darryl had some situation where he gave some stolen bases. And, Butch Thompson and I are in there saying, hey, we got to do better than 1-4 to the plate. We got to learn to slide. We got to do all these things with holds to control the running game. And he's learning. He's become a full-time pitcher now. And I think that's important for him to go through those experiences. Again, if Vanderbilt just shuts it down, Darryl doesn't get those valuable experiences late in the game. That is the value of to keep on playing the game the right way late in ball games on both sides.
Second row in the center.
You mentioned CT. What is his status for the coming week?
Yeah, we're gonna give him as much rest as possible, we're gonna, keep rehabbing. He said in an emergency today, he probably could have played, but, and I know he wants to play, but we're not gonna push it, because next week is essentially our whole season, it's everybody's season who's in the field of 64. And, so we're not gonna push it, we're gonna rehab it and do everything within, that's possible to get him ready to play, because there's no question, he's a guy who really helps to make us go.
His specific injury.
Yeah, it's, where's Rusty Link when you need him?
Hip flexor?
Yeah, it's in the hip flexor region, it's just a little bit of a muscle pull. Again, could he have gone today? Possibly, yeah, but, at the same time, you just don't want to run that risk.
Okay, second row on the left.
As things kind of fell apart so quickly in that second inning as a coach, how do you kind of handle that and manage it and hope that, create something where hopefully it doesn't turn into what it did?
Well, you get upset about it, but it's, you got one guy who's not locating pitches, and Vanderbilt's doing a great job of getting barrels, baseballs, and hitting line drives and ground balls. And, there's a whole lot of guys on your bench, there's a bunch of guys on that field, and it is a team game for sure, but I feel like when, the majority of your club are doing positive things, you just can't get upset about maybe the one part that's not working at that moment. So, and you credit Vanderbilt. I think the one thing that they've done a great job of once this term, they just don't hit average fly balls. And this is a graveyard of a ballpark. If you hit fly balls, you're out. And Vanderbilt just, from my vantage point, especially against us, they just don't hit average fly balls. A lot of ground balls, a lot of different types of line drives, and that's what good clubs do.
Time for two more questions. Second row.
John, I asked Hunter this, I'll ask you, you see him every day. Did he need this today going into a regional? Did you feel like he was pressing, and did you feel like he kind of needed this from a confidence standpoint?
Yeah, sure, when you get 3 hits, you feel good about it. We discuss this all the time, it's about the process, and his process has been good. He hit like a 390-foot line drive and got out a week ago at home against South Carolina, and everybody's like, what's wrong with Hunter? I'm going, oh my God, he just hit a 390-foot line drive head high, and the guy's standing on the track. I mean, this game works in crazy ways, and it's about his process. When his process is good, he's a great hitter. You don't necessarily always get hits, but I don't even view it as a slump. Well, the first thing I'll do is go talk to him when we get on that bus and say, hey, everything you just heard about a slump, you need to erase, because that's from outside sources. You're not in a slump, you never were. And good hitters can forget all the excess, all the crazy stuff, and just focus in on their process. And I think he's very capable of doing that.
Last question. Second row on the left.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Talk about the second, but how deflating was that fifth after you cut it to 4 and then they score 5 on top of the fifth?
Yeah, it's deflating because we did not get to the bottom part of the strike zone. And just attack the bottom part of the strike zone and give our defense a chance to make plays. That was a little bit deflating, but again, Vanderbilt's a good club, and they're just not going to give you outs. They're a club that's going to create advantage counts when they're available. They're going to, again, if you give them 5 or 6 pitches in an at-bat, there's a very good chance they're going to hit a ball really hard, they're going to walk, or they're going to get an HBP. That's what good offenses do, and we just did way too much of that today. I think the only way you shut down Vanderbilt is to force them to swing the bat early in the count.